Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Beer versus Ivy, episode number 37, a Nick Castellanos special. Because if you know, you know. We got to talk about it at some point. But I'm back. My hiatus is gone. No more jury duty. But we're not going to talk about me yet because I'm brought to you with the best co-host on this side of the Mississippi, Mr. Jackson Gross. How are we doing? It's Monday.
I'm doing pretty good. Mostly mentally and physically exhausted at this point. They had me opening for 4 straight days this past week at Walgreens. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And it got off started wonderfully because on Thursday, our cooler crapped out.
Ooh.
So we had to throw out all our milk, cheese, meat, RIP bacon and sausage, all that kind of stuff. We had to throw it all out. Same day we were getting our refrigerated food and frozen food delivery and our big merchandise delivery to the store. So that's all happening at once. And the cooler, as of now, is still broken, even though the guy came out to fix it. Said he would come back out the next day. Still hasn't showed up. That was supposed to be Friday. So, and I had to basically deal with that all by myself.
That's just awesome.
So happy.
Shout out Walgreens.
Oh, God.
Shout out Walgreens.
But yeah, no. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good. Just been super busy and then just exhausted from basically being up for 16 or 17 hours over a course of a day. So,
hours.
Yeah, that's pretty much it on my end. How are you doing? How is Mr. Jury Duty Man going?
Man, shout out the Illinois jury system because I didn't have to do anything. I sat in that room for like 3.5 hours. Judge walks in a little before 12, says, "Hey, y'all can all go." The room was packed, by the way, too. There was a lot of people there. It was supposed to be 4. There was 0. I got to walk out of there. I made friends with an old person. The old person was really nice. And then I've been working a bunch this week. I've had to work. How many games have I worked this week? I've worked 6 games. I worked 6 games this week. So I'm also a little tired, a little exhausted, but it's a cool thing. I got myself a couple gifts. It's a baseball show, and I got myself not one broken bat. You can't tell, but she snapped. She's a little warped. Not one broken bat this week, but 2 broken bats this week. Back-to-back days. Huh? Oh, it's a Louisville Slugger. I had it upside down. My bad. It also has a lot of pine tar on it. But yeah, I got myself 2 broken bats this week. Just for the I'm gonna be honest. I get there to work on Friday. I just happened to look and I got a drink out of the cooler and in the dugout, it's the little the Gatorade coolers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to just throw my cup away. I look in there and I see a snapped old hickory bat, and I go, I'll take that. So I took it out of the garbage can, cleaned it up a little bit, put it in the back of my truck, took it home with me. Very next day, I was just like, there's a bat on there yesterday. I'm gonna look in the garbage can again today. There's another one. And I'm not supposed to take these. I am. It's they're no one's gonna use them. They're broken. But yeah. Shout out Bruce. But yeah, no, life's not bad. Life's good. Life's great. It's my favorite season. It's trade deadline season, and the rumor mill has been doing its thing. But before we go into any trade deadline talks, we got to start off with an All-Star game and home run derby debrief. Take it away, Jackson.
So, unfortunately, you missed the episode, obviously, before the All-Star Game and Home Run Derby. So that happened over the weekend, or last week, excuse me.
Over the week.
Yeah. shows where my brain's at. Teoscar Hernandez of the Los Angeles Dodgers won the home run derby by 1, beating out Bobby Witt Jr. by 1. It literally came down to Bobby Witt's last swing. He hit it basically to dead center field, and it hit the base of the wall. Tough to see. Tough scenes for all my Bibby Watt supporters. We will rise again someday.
One day we will, and today's not the day.
And then Jarren Duran, shout out to Jack Gaffney of the Boston Red Sox. He wins All-Star Game MVP, and Shohei Ohtani had a little bit of a flashback to his day with the Angels, where he was the only offense generated by the NL All-Stars with his 3-run home run. Basically, everyone else did nothing. Slight Cubs note, Shota Imanaga, the only NL pitcher to go a 1-2-3 scoreless inning. Just a little flex right there. But
shout out Shota.
Shout out Shota. Shout out Mike.
Shout out Mike indeed. No Cardinals representatives. Helsley did the smart thing. He sat out, was dealing with some lingering hip issues. So he participated in the festivities, didn't play in the game. But I mean, hey, they were down. They wouldn't even use Helsley if they were down. So they had a lead though. Best believe Helsley would have been in for the 9th.
100%. I didn't get a chance to watch it per se, so I'm not sure how everything else transpired. But obviously, if you couldn't tell already, the American League won the All-Star game on the back of Jarren Duran. I'm going to look this up really quick just because I need to know what happened.
Okay, that's fine. I can talk about the home run derby a little bit because while there was a derecho storming down on Illinois Monday night, I sat in my parents' house and I watched the home run derby. And Pete Alonso, how are we gonna do all of this, like just this bribing, just this I'm going to get myself into the All-Star Derby in the All-Star game so I can play in the home run derby. And then you disappoint us like that? You're the first person eliminated in the home run derby. First one. You hit 12 home runs, I believe. That's not. And then Gunnar Henderson, my pick to win, also disappointed in the first round. But it is what it is on that. Thank you. Get him out of there. Why was there a polar bear in Arlington, Texas? What is he doing there? He don't belong there. He need to go back to New York. Whatever. Do we have the disappointing whites outside of Bobby Witt and just screw Pete Alonso. Now he just got me mad. I don't even want to talk about it
again.
He just I'm done talking. He made me mad. And Gunnar Henderson made me mad too. I was like, oh, he's gonna. Yes. What are you doing there? What is he doing there? Come on. Whatever. But he had been also overbearing, and Frankie Lindor. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. It was cool though. Shout out Alec Boehm for making it to the semifinals. I really thought he was gonna get bounced first round. He did hit a lot of wall ball doubles, but I mean, hey, it was cool. And then Bibby Watt sadly choked. But I mean, hey, the story for Teo's story, how he wanted to be here so bad. He was kind of like the write-off. He's like, okay, Teoscar Hernandez is here. No one was really expecting Teo to win. And then he went crazy, and the Dodgers, all the Dodger All-Stars were there supporting him. Just, that was cool. That was cool. And Vladdy Guerrero was wearing the Blue Jays Teo jersey the whole time, giving him tips and like, this is what you got to do. This is how you're gonna win this. And then he wins. That was cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. And for those who missed last week's episode, I couldn't lose. I predicted the final is Bobby Witt or Teoscar Hernandez. So
you, Fred, I would have not had that. I would have had Gunnar. I think I would have had Gunnar versus Bobby, so I would have been half right. But yeah, it's a sad world we live in.
Yep. And just an update on what happened, obviously, in the All-Star game. It started off great. Jerkson Profar and Ketel Marte got on base for Shohei Ohtani to hit a 3-run bomb. And then Juan Soto scored a 2-run double that stored Stephen Kwan and Marcus Semien. DH legend David Fry hit a single that scored
Shout
Soto.
out David Fry.
And then the AL East comes in clutch with Jarren Duran hitting a 2-run homer with Anthony Santander on base. So offensively, at least one player from every division contributed for the American League. You had Kwan, who scored from the Central, and Fry, who got an RBI. Actually, yeah, and you had Semien, who scored for the AL West, and then Duran and Santander with their stuff. So that's cool. Good for them. Only the NL West did the carrying for the NL. Shout out to Logan Webb and Hunter Green for being dog water.
But Sonny Gray wasn't an all-star. Yeah, okay. But Justin Steele wasn't an all-star. Yeah, okay. It's crazy because I could have predicted. Yes, when Hunter Green initially got announced, I was like, okay, deserve it. Yes, like the counting numbers, his numbers do look good. But then you're gonna come in here and now you're supposed to be here and do that. That's where I get a problem. And Logan Webb, like, what a first All-Star game. That's your cue to stay away.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come back ever again. There's a reason why you were snubbed because of that.
Yeah. Honestly, more of my issue outside of the performance was Christian Sanchez getting in over Justin Steele.
Christopher Sanchez.
Christopher, that was close. Christopher Sanchez getting in over Justin Steele. Because, there's an argument for Hunter Green based on innings. He's been healthy the whole year. But no.
Yeah.
Justin Steele's been one of the best pitchers in baseball when he's been healthy. I don't want to hear this. Top 15. I stake my claim.
I stake my claim is insane. Anyways.
It's the click at your claim.
Anyways. That's enough. If you really want to hear more about the home run derby, the All-Star game, just go to ESPN. Go on Twitter. We got divisional storylines to talk about.
Now, before we begin, should we just address the elephants in the room, or do we still want to go in order?
I like going in order.
Okay. I just thought I'd ask.
I like going in order. They know what's going to happen at some point. This is how we got to keep them around. They can hear about everything else.
Okay. All right. Let's run it then.
Take it away.
All right. Sounds good. We'll go ahead and start in the American League East. And are the Boston Red Sox cooking a little bit? Yes, they did just get swept by the Dodgers out of the All-Star break. Not a great look, but
it's the Dodgers. What you expect?
That, and heading into the All-Star break, they had a record of 43-39 on June 29th. The Red Sox won 10 of 13 heading into the break. After the sweep by the Dodgers, they now just sit one game behind the Royals and the Twins for the final two wildcard spots in the American League. I mean, we already talked a little bit about Jarren Duran, his All-Star Game MVP, but that Boston pitching staff, and I talked about this with Jack last week, between Carter Crawford and Tanner Houck. Brian Bayo gets going again at some point. He's been bad for the most part.
Nick Pivetta exists in somebody's imagination.
He exists out somewhere in the ether. Kenley Jansen and Chris Martin have been fantastic out of the bullpen for the Red Sox. There's a man named Cooper Criswell who exists, who has a 4.5 ERA.
Man, Rays legend Cooper Criswell. If you know, you know. That was the marquee signing. 1 year, $1 million. Everybody's like, yeah, Cooper Criswell's gonna be the reason why this team succeeds. And he's low-key kind of filthy. This Red Sox team. Okay, I'm gonna take it away. Oh, Connor Wong. Shout out Connor Wong. Thank you to the Red Sox fan who's gonna know his team better than we do. Thank you. Shout out Connor Wong. you're a dog. You're the only reason why the Mookie Betts trade is looking sorta okay. It's really not. But like, shout out Connor Wong for casually hitting third in the Red Sox lineup, like on some days. It's hilarious. But you know what this team needs? This team needs this team needs a number 3 starter that has postseason experience. Because I think it's very obvious the Red Sox are going to buy. It's almost like there's a name that's on the Rangers by the name of like, I don't know, Nathan Eovaldi, who would be like perfect for this Red Sox team. I don't know. That's just me though. I think if the Red Sox are any sort of smart, which clearly they are because they're competing. This is a team that shouldn't be competing, but they're competing. Go bring Eovaldi home. That guarantees you a Game 3 starter, which right now it's Pivetta or it's Bayo, and you don't really like either of those options. And in Game 4, you like those options more. But you're going Tanner Houck Game 1. You're going Cutter Crawford Game 2. If you go Nathan Eovaldi Game 3, I would put some money that you can make a run. If for those who know, Nathan Eovaldi is an ace when it comes to postseason games. He's perfect for what they need. The offense, I mean, they could use another bat, yeah, but that offense is gonna find a way to make it work. It's that they need another arm. Bring him home. I said what I said.
In all honesty, their offense is looking pretty good. I mean, you still got Rafael Devers. Tyler O'Neill's kind of cooled off, but he's still nearly hitting 260. Zidane Rafael has been great. Wilyer Abreu.
He's awesome.
You still got Yoshida, Dominic Smith. You still got some decent looking guys in there. And then there's actually another name that's been floated in trade rumors. How about Jameson Taillon? The Red Sox have discussed a trade with the Cubs around Jameson Taillon. Now, he's not as good as Nathan Eovaldi, I will admit that fully, but I think that definitely raises the floor of that Red Sox rotation.
It does. It does.
And that gives Bayo some competition for that third and fourth spot in that rotation. And Jameson Taillon's been pretty good this year. He hasn't been otherworldly, but he has definitely been an above average starting pitcher, which has been the one bright spot for the Cubs, but I'll get into that later. But yeah, I think the Red Sox are in a prime position to strike for a wild card spot. Obviously, like I said, and our pure bias, I think you'll agree with me on this. I hope of the two teams ahead of them, I hope that's the Twins that drop out of the playoffs. Sorry, Byron Buxton and company.
I second that. I second that fully.
We are Bibby Watt, Cole Reagans, and Seth Lugo supporters around here.
We're so biased. We're so biased. I'm so sorry. The Twins can shout out to Willie Castro and only Willie Castro. Everybody else, I don't care for on that team. Because Willie Castro is having a career resurgence. That's why. But yeah, no, we're biased. And on the topic of the AL Central, perfect transition, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I got to take this one.
Go for it.
Are the Tigers going to trade Tariq Skubal? No, they're not. The only way, no. Hear me out. I'm going to go on record. Hold on. Left hand up. On record. If the Los Angeles Dodgers acquire Tariq Skubal in the next 8 days, I'm not watching baseball anymore, and this show's done. Kidding. Kidding to the show done. But I'm not watching baseball ever again. I don't know what I'm going to have to do. Something's going to happen. I'm going to have to make a drastic change. It's not going to be fun anymore if the Dodgers go, this is what I want. Should they know? Will they? Yes. That's how I look at it. If they get a package from a team like either a Los Angeles or a Baltimore, if it's like a Juan Soto-esque package of like I can use Baltimore for example because I know their prospect system really decently well. If it's like a if it's like a mix of a Hessen Kierstad or Colby Mayo or Connor Norby or Kyle Stowers or Chase McDermott or
Or
Cade Povich
Ballesteros.
or Ballesteros, who they I think has to be the headline piece because they can give up Ballesteros and be fine.
Yeah, they have Adley Rutschman. They don't need a catcher for a decade.
And Ballesteros is so good. I think if I'm Baltimore and I'm going to Detroit, because apparently what I've heard is that a package is already on the table for school bowl from Baltimore. If it is a package of sorry guys, someone called me. I don't care who they are. If it's a package of Ballesteros, Kierstad, Norby, McDermott, and some lower end prospects, maybe even throw a Kyle Stowers in there. That is 5 pieces that are kind of nasty. Stowers can play major league level right away. Kierstad can play major league level right away. You can play Norby if you want to. Chase McDermott's pretty close to major league ready. You can even replace McDermott with Cade Povich if you really get desperate. And then Ballesteros needs another year or two in the minors, but the bat's supposed to stick. He might not necessarily be a catcher. He may move to first base, but with their first base problems of Center Torkelson forgetting how to play baseball, and you're doing all of that without giving up Colby Mayo and Jackson Holiday, which at the end of the day, with how stacked this Baltimore Orioles farm system is, with a solid draft they just had, with pieces that are still in that system, if I am Baltimore and I can get a Cherry School Bowl, or I can get even another like high-end leverage starter without giving up Colby Mayo or without giving up Jackson Holiday, it's a win. Everybody else is on the market. Those two should be untouchable. Like if they don't move Kyle Stowers, like I'm gonna designate one person. If they don't move Kyle Stowers, they're stupid. He is too good for AAA. He deserves a legit shot to play every single day, and he's not gonna get that at Baltimore. And he's got value. He might not be as much value as Kierstad, but he's someone that they have to move. But
is Stowers a first baseman? What position does he play? I'm a little unfamiliar.
Outfield.
Oh yeah,
lefty bat.
Tigers could use outfield.
Him Stowers and Riley Green for the future with Wencel Perez. That's something that could play.
That's a good building piece, and I definitely agree. They do need middle infield because as good defensively as Javi Baez is, you can't keep relying on him as a bat in that lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
which is where a Connor Norby, like good, solid, routine, everyday player.
I can't even tell you who the Tigers' second baseman is at this point.
Cole Keith, who they signed to a major contract. They won't.
Okay. Oh, so it is Cole Keith. Okay.
Yeah, it's Cole Keith, and they signed him to that 7-year contract, and he's yeah.
Yeah, he's got that spot locked down for a while, obviously.
He does. But yeah, it's 8. We got 8 days. Me too. The package.
I got something else that Jack just said to the group chat that we'll discuss later.
I think I know what we're talking about. We'll get to that later. But I'll wrap this up. We can move on. The only way Detroit trades Streak School is if the package is at Juan Soto-esque level. Anything less, he stays. He's too good. He's the ace. I get it. Tigers kind of suck. But this is what Detroit has said. They said, hey, if the package is good enough, if you're going to give me something that I like, we'll talk. But Jay Flair is going to get moved first before School gets moved.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, just take a look where the Tigers are at. They're only, 2 games under 500. They'd be ahead of the Blue Jays in the East. They'd be third in the AL West, nipping right on the heels of the Mariners and Astros, who somehow the Astros are back in first place because the Mariners suck.
Correct.
So I think this is a mistake overall, whether they did trade him to Baltimore or LA, just because Schoolball. I know we wanted to wrap this up, but this is punching a nerve in my brain. Teams, stop trading your generational talents because you think you could get something good down the line. It was the whole thing with everyone. I'm gonna bring in a football example. Everyone losing their shit when the Bears traded their second round pick to the Commanders for Montez Sweat. It's like, oh, but that second round pick is so valuable. The Bears are bet, but that you could get a really good player. It could even be Montez Sweat. This is kind of the same thing. You have a fantastic pitcher who you have under control until what, 2027? This thing is what I saw. So for the next 2.5 seasons, you can continue to build the roster and compete in a very loaded AL Central, minus the White Sox. The White Sox probably won't be competing until like 2030, for being honest. So
we are being honest, and it's true.
But just stop, teams. Stop trading your generational talents unless it is a completely untenable situation. So stop it. Stop trying to be the smartest guy in the room. Look at that's getting the Cubs right now. Learn from them. Jesus. Well, from one team about to do something potentially stupid to a team that is going to do something really, really stupid. And it's all thanks to Mr. Pinball Head, Mr. Rob Manfred.
Pinball Head, I like that.
There is a potential gag order in Oakland. Rob Manfred was speaking to the media in the.
that was too what you just rambled on, but yeah.
Yep. No, I gotcha. So according to the San Francisco Chronicle, Rob Manfred was speaking with the media, and essentially the MLB and him have put in basically a gag order for potential local buyers for the Oakland A's or a possible expansion team, that they could have kept the A's in Oakland with these local buyers. Essentially, if they say anything that they're interested in buying, they get crossed off the list and they're not allowed to. And it's potentially in an effort to not make John Fisher and Rob Manfred look like idiots. Well, too late. Everyone already thinks you're idiots. So the specific buyers were obviously not named because, again, if there's expressed interest, they get crossed off the list. Honestly, you know how like there's policies to like impeach politicians and such, right? We need to impeach John Fisher and Rob Manfred right now. I am getting a petition in order. I'm going to put it on change.org, and I am getting a petition together to impeach Rob Manfred and John Fisher for corruption and high crimes and misdemeanors against the sport of baseball and the city of Oakland. Your corruption has been exposed, you freaking bozos. Keep the A's in Oakland. Get a new stadium. Stop fucking around and thinking, oh, but Las Vegas, though. You know why teams care? Like, the people there care about the Golden Knights and the Golden Knights? Because they're good. Barely anybody cares about the Raiders because they're mid. And no one's going to care about the A's if they're in another crappy stadium and you're forcing them to play in Sacramento for 3 years.
You're completely right, and it's like so bad that you're right. But I will go Chargers.
Jack, I'm assigning you as my attorney general on this case.
Oh,
I'm the special counsel.
Did you not see? Let Jack and Scott Steiner rule the world. Like, come on,
exactly.
Make it happen.
I did see that.
Yeah, Jack knows what's up. Before we go to our first ad break, we gotta give a quick shout out to Mr. Yordan Alvarez for hitting the second cycle of this season. Another AL West member. Yep. Was that on your bingo card? No. Is it cool that it happened? Yeah.
Yes.
Jordan Alvarez hitting the triple, something that you need to go back and you need to go watch because it's big boy move. Big boy's moving. We like
Big
that
boy
around
movie.
here. We like that around here. And you know what? You know what he did? He went home.
What do you do?
He probably iced. He went to his home or he went to his hotel. He iced his whole body down, and he was looking for some good home insurance.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you contact our guy, Jeff Fortetny, at 404-464-4544, or contact him at jeff@mybebig.com. Let him know that Third Down Thursdays and Beer versus Ivy sent you, and that, you know what? We'll give Jeff some props. Jeff would be a better commissioner than Rob Manfred.
Shout out Jeff. That's a good one. I like that.
Just had to throw this.
Thank you. I really try. Hold on, I'm doing something real quick. I gotta get myself set up.
Okay.
All right.
Let me know when you're ready.
I gotta. Hold on. I think it's. Yeah. Okay. For those who don't know, for those who don't know, how does he keep doing this? Let me just move out of the way.
Do you want me to throw the ticker up now?
Yes. Throw the. Read it for me. Read it for me. How does he? How does?
Okay, I'll go ahead and read it.
I got no words.
After current U.S. President Joe Biden dropped out of the 2024 presidential race, and Tom Brenneman got a new job at the CW for college football, the guy who basically started this meme, Nicholas Castellanos, smacked a home run against the Pirates. And when the news initially came out about President Biden, he hit a wall-scraping double to center field.
That guy right there, that guy in the batter's box, yeah. I got no words for y'all. He shouldn't be able to keep doing this, and here he is, continuing to do it.
Can I read you a list I found on Twitter?
Look out! Oh yes, read the list.
Shout out, I'm gonna give this guy a shout out because he deserves it. Shout out to Moblin Redux on Twitter. He compiled this whole list of every time Nicholas Castellanos is homered during a historical event. So we'll go from top to bottom. He hits a home run during, obviously, the Tom Brenneman thing, or the homophobic slur on a broadcast. He hits a home run with a career-threatening injury for Fernando Tatis. He hit a home run for a eulogy for a World War II veteran. A 9/11 tribute video package on the air. Apology of opposing team's coach getting a DUI. 10 minutes after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. After Dwayne Haskins passed away. A Memorial Day tribute package on air. The eulogy for the just deceased PA announcer for the stadium. Cancer announcement for his team's owner. Vince Scully passing away. An hour after Queen Elizabeth was announced dead. A bridge collapse. The Ocean Gate submarine explosion. 3 other celebrity deaths. 2 home runs on the anniversary of the atomic bombs dropping on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The assassination of Donald Trump. Attempted assassination. Biden withdrawing from the presidential race. And then this one I found out later. His first career home run came around the same time that SEAL Team 6 killed Osama bin Laden.
He's been doing it since day one. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. He's just he's him. He is him. He is no words. No words. It's just
it was
you
in
see him.
pro.
You see
It
him.
was in pro. It's Western Michigan A ball.
Shout out Western Michigan Whitecaps, baby. Yeah. Back when they were low A, now high A. That's awesome. Shout out to them. Anyways.
Oh my god. Can't tell the story of baseball without him.
Honestly, though, he's got a point. Put this, frame this. Put it in a frame. Put it in Cooperstown. I've seen enough. If y'all can have old mascots in Cooperstown, you can have Nicholas Castellanos in Cooperstown. I have seen enough. Make it happen. He doesn't have to be like an official Hall of Famer. You just need the story of Nicholas Castellanos as like a segment, like a part of it. It's like 3-4 stories. You can find a part in there, and you can put a wall of the story of Nicholas Castellanos and how he does this.
There has to be a 30 for 30 for this once he retires.
Oh, there's got to be.
Or a Netflix documentary or something.
The story of Nicholas Castellanos. Yes, I like that.
Like, oh my god! And then shout out. I found this out later. Who was it? FanDuel. Once they found out,
they locked it.
Tom Brenneman got the job. They locked an anytime home run from Nicholas Castellanos because so many people were betting on it.
Shout out Brendan Conrad though. He got some money last night off of it.
Not saying I actually would have, but considering that it actually happened, I would have thrown my savings account on an anytime home run from Nicholas Castellanos. I would have made bank. I would have made some bank.
On God. Now we got to transition. You know how we're going to do this? You know who's not making bank this straight in line? The Reds. They're selling, and you love to see it from some NL Central supporters. It appears that recent performances may have been enough for the club, to officially set course. As John Morosi of MLB reports, the club has begun to form rival clubs that they are willing to part with players on the expiring contract.
Okay, I pulled this from MLB trade rumors. Whoever wrote this needs to stop using the word club like every 5 seconds. He uses club 3 times in that sentence within like 10 or 15 words of each other. So better learn some other words for baseball teams.
Learn some other words.
Go back to English class, buddy. Learn a thing called synonyms. Anyway, my English/AP style brain as is. Moving past that, do you want comments about this?
I mean, what do you expect? What did you expect? Did you really think that Cincinnati was going to go compete for a playoff spot? No. So this is at least one team in the NL Central has met their expectations. That's all I can really say about that.
Yep.
Man, Frankie Montas and Nick Martinez are about to get a haul from some team.
Yep. Or not, because Martinez has a $12 million player option. So that will be that I'm assuming he will pick up.
Probably,
Montas has a $20 million mutual option, so he's an easy trade target. Who else do we have? We have Austin Slater, Lucas Sims, Buck Farmer, Justin Wilson, and Tony Kemp are all free agents at the end of this year.
They're also willing. I know TJ Antone's a free agent after 2025, and they were willing to move him. Nick Martinez is free agent. It's technically a free agent in 2025. Like, yeah, they got pieces. They got pieces.
And
I wouldn't
Jake
be shocked.
Fraley is arbitration eligible as well. So
Wouldn't be shocked. My last thing I'm going to add. Do not be surprised if Jonathan India gets moved. He's not a part of their future plans. He's doing really good. They're probably going to sell high. That's what I have to say.
Who's that on again? Sorry, I spaced.
Jonathan India. They'll probably sell high on. He's not a part of the future plans for them, which kind of sucks to say. But that's all on that.
I agree.
Self-explanatory. You wouldn't believe who they're going to go after now. Boob Nightingale, USA Today reported that the Dodgers have spoken to the Chicago White Sox about a deadline deal for starting pitcher Gary Crochet, outfielder Luis Robert, and potentially reliever Michael Kopech. It's probably going to happen too.
If they somehow
their farm system is shockingly pretty there, and they got Outman and Andy Pages. Like they got they're gonna do this, aren't they?
Honestly, if they find a way to do this without giving up James Outman, the Dodgers have committed necromancy and should be tried at Salem as witches. I'm sorry. If all they have to give up at the major league level is Andy Pages and some of their top prospects and keep James Outman with Luis Robert, I'm filing an injunction. I'm going to get my law license and file an injunction against this trade.
I'm going to make my grandpa do all this dirty work for me. That's what's going to happen. But no, I don't got words. I don't have words. I don't have words.
Let's think about this for a second. You would have, let's say they have to trade Outman. Let's say they probably have to do that. You still have had a lineup of Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, Gavin Lux, or Miguel Rojas, Mookie Betts, Max Muncy, Luis Robert. Why am I forgetting who else they have? Andy Pages, Shohei Ohtani, and whoever they decide to throw in the other outfield spot, whether it's Chris Taylor or Jason Hayward.
I'm looking at their farm system, right? Dalton Rushing's really good, but I think they would find a way to not give him up. They'd probably give up Jose De Paula, who's a second-ranked prospect. Nick Frazo, River Ryan, and Kyle Hurt are all right-handed pitchers who should be ETAs 2024, 2025. Wouldn't be shocked if one or two didn't get thrown in there. Diego Cartaya is almost for certain getting thrown in this deal. He's the number 7 prospect. Jackson Ferris, former Cubby, is their number 6 ranked prospect. There's a lot of people have him as the first pitcher that's definitely going to be in a deal. Go figure. White Sox want another lefty. They just drafted Hayden Smith. Go figure. They got some shortstops tucked down there, and Joandre Vargas and Alex Freeland. They got another outfielder, Kendall George, they could throw in. They got another catcher, first baseman, and Thyron Laranza. Justin Robert. They could go on Roreski, who's up on the big league roster right now. Ronan Kopp. They're gonna make me angry, and they're gonna do things that I don't like. They're gonna commit king's ransom because they don't care about their farm system, because they just, as long as they got a couple guys here and there that can supplement that roster, like a Gavin Stone is a prime example of he was a prospect that actually was developed, and now look good. Gavin Stone's really good. What if they trade Bobby Miller? This is like the Bob Miller is sitting in AAA right now because Bob Miller forgot how to play baseball. They might just be like, oh, we're getting Kevin Crochet. Okay, Bobby, bye. Go to Chicago. Go to the Badlands. Go learn Birmingham Barons. Go learn Charlotte Knights.
I was gonna say, get ready to learn Charlotte, buddy.
Yeah, get ready to learn Charlotte indeed. Yeah, I don't care. They want to win. They want to win. They want to win now. So they're gonna do. Fuck the farm. They gonna win now. I'm done talking about this stupid team. Yeah. Standing Union time. This is what we're here to talk about. Nope. Done. Start with the Cubs because I gotta formulate what I want to say.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Where is he? Hold on. Sorry, I was doing some MLB trade values shenanigans.
I bet you
while
were.
you were talking.
Thank you. I have a lot.
Just for a heads up, for Garrett Crochet, Luis Robert, and Michael Kopech, they could do Bobby Miller, Jose DePaula, and James Outman, and they would only consider it a minor overpay.
No. No. Mm-mm. No. No. That's not happening. No. You're telling me even through no. You got throw in Dalton Rushing, throw in Kyle Hurt, throw in one other person, then make the deal happen.
I threw in Jackson Ferris, and they still
okay. Throw in Dalton Rushing too. They don't need Dalton Rushing. He forgot how to play baseball. I don't. You know, I was got to forget. I can't even talk no more. That's how mad I am. You know who else forgot how to play baseball? The Chicago Cubs. There you go. There's your segue.
Yeah, thanks for that.
There's your segue.
Luckily, we're a half game ahead of the Reds for last. Yay!
Yes, you are.
And we're 3 games. We're 3 games back of the Pirates.
Hey,
yay!
St. Louis and Pittsburgh start the 3-game series tonight. We'll push him down. We'll push him down for you. We got you. Andre Palante Masterclass is coming tonight.
Okay.
Against
yeah. So it seems heading into the All-Star break for the St. Louis Cardinals series, the Cubs have started to figure some things out. They won their last game against the Phillies 10-2. Okay, they're cooking. Ian Happ, 2 3-run home runs on the 4th of July. Then they take 2 of 3 from the Angels, which, as you know, the one loss, 7-0, was because of a Kyle Hendricks start. Who would have guessed?
Hey, man, he shoved against St. Louis.
Yeah, he did redeem himself. I will say that.
He did redeem himself.
Then they beat the brakes off the Baltimore Orioles in a 3-game sweep where they outscored them 21-2 over a 3-game series. Then they win game 1 with Kyle Hendricks throwing a masterclass. We're like, okay, Cubs are figuring some things out. There's some momentum. We're going to buy. We're going to do some things. Life is good. And then Hayden Wisniewski wets the bed. Cubs lose 11-3 in game 1 of the doubleheader against the Cardinals. We allow Lance Lynn to get a win, and that hurts my soul.
Whoa.
And then the Cubs found their old selves again. They had a 4-2 lead, or 4-3 lead, heading into the bottom of the 8th. And then they screw it up. Porter Hodge gives up 2 hits, a walk, and 2 runs, and 1 2/3. Noel Arenado hits a 2-run single to score Wilson Contreras and Paul Goldschmidt. Take a 5-4 lead. Ryan Helsley does his thing, gets his 32nd save of the year, and the Cubs lose in horrible fashion. I want to die. Then they come back for the final game before the All-Star break. JMO throws a good game. Cubs shit all over Miles Michaelis. Life is good. Okay, 47-51 heading into the All-Star break. Could be worse. Could be better. There's a little bit of optimism. Then the second half of the season starts. You have Justin Steele on the mound, game 1 against Ryan Nelson for the Diamondbacks, a team that is severely underachieved. You lose 5-2. And honestly, this one was on Justin Steele. He was awful. Gave up 9 hits in less than 5 innings. But the offense didn't do anything until the 6th inning. So, sucks. Major sucks. And then you get blanked by Zach Gallen. Again, Zach Gallen owns the Cubs. I swear his last 2 starts, he threw a complete game shutout. And then he does this. And then you win 2-1 in 10 off a walk-off walk. And you sit at 48-53. Let's see. I lost the standings here for a second, so bear with me. Like I said, they're 3 back of the Pirates in the division. They are 3.5 games back of the Padres, Diamondbacks, and Mets for the last wild card spot. It's so frustrating. And now there's rumors that the Cubs could hypothetically trade Justin Steele, and Jameson Taillon's been floated to head to the Red Sox or head back to the Yankees. And it's so disappointing. And Craig Counsell honestly has been underwhelming as a manager compared to what I thought he would be. Some of this, as I've gone to at length, has been on Jed Hoyer for doing a poor job of constructing this roster. But Craig Counsell hasn't done himself any favors either. So it's frustrating. I don't know what the Cubs are going to do at the trade deadline, to be perfectly honest. I could see a world where they decide, hey, we still believe in this group. There's just a couple things that need to be fixed, aka third base, defensively, and adding another bat and a bullpen piece. Although, shout out to Miles Mastrobuoni for his insanity run at third base for actually somewhat being a productive MLB player for like 2 minutes. Shout out to him. But yeah, or I could see them selling Cody Bellinger and Jameson Taillon and any of the other guys on 1-year deals. And lastly, Dansby Swanson is not beating the Jason Hayward allegations. Former Atlanta Brave, who's only good at defense, cannot hit a lick. So
that's about right.
Oh, that's all I got.
Anyways, St. Louis land is not doing too bad right now. We just took 2 of 3 against the Atlanta Braves, which, I mean, honestly, it was a 2 or 3. We will take 2 or 3. Coming out of the All-Star break, we had to play a doubleheader because our game on Friday got rained out, which was bleh. It sucked, but I mean, hey, it's what happens. It's weather. We lost 2-3 first game. Offense wasn't there. We got walked off on in the extra innings. I mean, I don't got really much to say. Kyle Gibson kind of shoved. 6 2/3. Only gave up 3 hits. Walked 2. Struck out 6. His ERA is back under 4. Ryan Fernandez blew a save. Sucks. ERA still 2.22. Andrew Kittredge came in for an inning. Gave up 2 hits. Struck out 1. Held it for us down. ERA 3.45. Then Roycroft sucks. He got walked off on. It was off a sack bunt and then a sack fly. That's what happens when you have a ghost runner. It's dumb, but you know, happens. I'm not really that mad about it. We then went into game 2. We won 9-5. It was nice. Needed. Alec Burleson, 3-for-4, 3 RBIs. Beautiful thing to see. Sonny Gray now has 10 wins on the season. ERA is at a confident 3.54. He had a weird start though. He went 7 innings. That's cool. Gave up 8 hits. Okay. 5 runs, 4 of them being off solo home runs. 10 Ks. It's an interesting stat line. His FIP It skyrocketed because of it, but I mean, 10-6, 3.5 ERA is still it's cool. It sucks you gave up 4 home runs, but sometimes it happens. You're human. You're a major leaguer. Stuff happens. And Kyle Leahy, shout out to Kyle Leahy, came in, 2 innings, struck out 2, only gave 1 hit. He was our 27th man. Love Kyle Leahy. He's so nice. Mason Wynn had himself a 2-hit day. Wilson Contreras had himself a 3-hit day. Comfortably hitting 280. Looks so good in the 3 spots. Brendan Donovan had himself a 3 RBI day. Batting average is up to 275. Nolan Arenado. This one makes the heart happy. He did strike out twice, but he got a hit, and his batting average is now up to 270, which is good to see. Like Arenado he's like 75% back.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he keeps giving us we got him hitting, he's hitting in the 6 hole pretty consistently now. Like if he can a 270 batting average in the 6 hole, he still has the glove is still fine. Like it's not like platinum glove level like it once was, but it's still gold glove level.
But there's a lot of guys there's not a lot of guys you'd rather have at third base defensively than Nolan Arenado.
Exactly. The only guy I would arguably want is maybe Brian Hayes, maybe Matt Chapman. That was really the only 2 that I'm like, okay, maybe. But otherwise, no.
But neither of those guys are giving you the same bat as Arenado.
Nope. That and then Goldschmidt's in 225. But then we get into the game on Sunday yesterday. We won 6-2. Goldschmidt went yard but he was in the seventh hole. First time in 12 years he's batted in that spot. And he's completely admitted. He's like, hey, I have not been good. I have costed us. So I'm going to do what I need to do, and I'm going to do what the team needs me to do to get back on the upper echelons. Miles Miles got the win yesterday, which is cool to see. He's 8-8 with a 5.02 ERA. Talk about a Chad innings eater, Miles Marcus. Still makes me mad to this day, but oh well, it is what it is. Not shout out to Ozzy Albies. He broke his wrist yesterday. He's out 8 weeks, which means they signed Whit Merrifield this morning to be the backup. But it looks like the Braves are funny. They're starting Zach Shorts at second base for the next 8 weeks. I think that's funny. Burleson's hitting 294. Love that. Goldie. We're cool. We're cooling. We're linked to some pitchers right now. We're linked to Eric Fetty. We have interest in him. We're linked to Nathan Eovaldi. We're linked to who's the last guy we're linked to? We're linked to Zach Eflin. That's the last guy we're linked to. So we just gotta wait. We're playing a waiting game right now. It's a wait. We're playing the wait and see. So I'm cool. I'm cool with where we're at. We got 3 games at Pittsburgh, off on Thursday, and then we have 3 games against Washington at home, and then 3 games against Texas at home. So we're cool. We're cool. I will say before I wrap up, I got to break some news in Cardinal land this past couple of days, which were kind of cool. So I gotta pull the tweet up, and my phone decided to stop working. Oh, we're good. Okay, we are good. So a couple days ago, I tweeted out, sources have informed me that the Pirates Chiefs, who are the high affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals, will not move our current shortstop. Brody Moore, if first-round pick J.J. Weatherholt starts his professional career in Peoria. From the rumors that I'm hearing, it's looking very much like J.J. Weatherholt will start his professional career in Peoria late next week. Travis Bonanza, who was the first overall pick in this year's draft, he's going to be starting out in Lake County, which is the high affiliate of the Cleveland Guardians. JJ Weatherholt is also a college bat. It's making a lot of sense from what I've heard. We have a roster spot open for him, and he will be getting a lot of reps at second base because that's going to be his fast track up to the major leagues, and he'll get some reps at third. A lot of people are not happy about it. So they're like, oh, but they said, but the Cardinals front office said he's going to play shortstop. He's not. Mason Wynn's not short. We drafted Weatherholt with the intention to move him to either second base or third base. Even JJ knows that. But it got some good interactions. Got some good interactions on it, which was pretty cool because I'm not gonna disclose my sources, but what I heard came from some important people, and it's cool. It's cool, and I got to inform people about it. And then next day, minor one, but I got some notes to the people that our assistant GM / director of scouting, Randy Flores, was present in Peoria for their game against Beloit on Saturday nights, which was cool. It was very, very out the blue because we're just doing our pregame work. We're doing our stuff. I look over in our outfield and I see a guy in a light blue collar shirt and some dress pants and a tiny child over there. And I'm like, that guy looks familiar. So I turned over. I recognize the haircut. I recognize the face structure. And I go, oh, my goodness. That's Randy Flores. And then his kid proceeded to hit a ball to me when I was putting something away. So then Randy's over here like, hey, can I get that? So I was like, I got you. And I give it to him. It was cool. And then I ran into him later in the day. And it's cool. It's cool. I like knowing what I know. Then I got to tell like some couple of people. I was like, y'all know who that is? They like, no. And I'm like, oh, well, this is who it is because I know who it is. But it's cool. It's cool. Cardinals, though, we're in a good spot. If we should, keyword, should have another good week. Baseball America just came out with their updated top 100 list, and the Cardinals have 3 guys who are in the top 50, which is pretty cool, including Weatherholt, who's debuting on the list at number 25, which I like. Also, the Cubbies have actually a decent amount on there, which makes me kind of sad. Also, Jefferson Rojas, he's very good. I hope he takes Dansby Swanson's place. Sorry, just want to note that.
Yeah,
I kind of like him. He's kind of nasty. Anyways, that's all I got. I'm excited for the trade deadline. However, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be sad if some prospects that I like get traded up. So I'm hoping I get what I want, and I get the people who I don't like can leave our system.
Yeah, and tentatively, as a programming note, we have potential live stream on the actual trade deadline day. So we will have our normal show next Monday, as always, noon Central Time. But then around 2:45, 3 o'clock. We'll have Cy, and we're going to try and get some other members of our TDT crew on here, heading up in the last few hours of the trade deadline. Because, of course, the one Tuesday, I actually hope I would get off. I don't get off from Walgreens. Otherwise, I would have started it a lot earlier. So,
yeah.
Shout out to them again.
So, back-to-back shows from us next week. Stay tuned.
Yep. And just last note about the Cubs, just because you gave the Cardinals schedule, I thought I'd get the Cubs schedule really quick. 3 games at home against the Brewers, Assad, Tyone, and Steele on the bump, against Myers and Ray, and a starter to be named later. So we'll see how that goes. Not overly optimistic considering how the last 2 series have gone with the Brewers. Then we get to go on the road against Kansas City against their top 3 pitchers in Brady Singer, Seth Lugo, and Cole Reagans. And we'll have Hendricks, Imanaga, and Assad. And then we have a 3-game set in Cincinnati heading into the trade deadline. Tyone, Steele, Hendricks. Who knows? Tyone could be gone by then. So who knows if he'll start in Cincinnati. And then we'll have Hendricks start the first game after the break. And then it'll be Cubs and Cardinals again at the start of August for a weekend set at Wrigley.
Hashtag Kate Horton will probably take Jameson Tyone's starting spot.
He should already take Kyle Hendricks' spot, but that's just me.
If a pitcher gets moved with Wesneski on the IL, it's gonna be Cade Orton.
Yep.
And I can say that. I can say that as a Cardinals fan because it's true. I guess I'll say who the Cardinals have scheduled for the week. Their series against Pittsburgh. We got Palante going tonight. We got Lance Lynn going tomorrow. Then we got a bullpen game on Wednesday, which means probably a Matthew Liberatore start. Or we call up Graceffo hopefully again, and Graceffo can go 4 innings. That's the hope. That's the hope. It's probably just going to be a legit bullpen game, though, because it's not a doubleheader. So.
Probably.
Giovanni Gallegos as a rubber arm. Faux show. But on that note, it is time for the best commercial in podcast history with Craig Counsell, a.k.a. the Card Guy. Bang.
Bang. Just as a quick side note, shout out to Shams for breaking the news about President Biden.
Shout out to Shams indeed. He went through with it.
I gotta know what sources this guy has, because he also broke the news when Trump had COVID in 2020. He was like the first guy to break that. Like, he literally has to have some sources inside the U.S. government. There's no way.
Awesome.
So
that's awesome.
Shout out to Stevenson's finest, Shams Charania.
For real.
All right. Well, like I said earlier, we'll be back next week on Monday and Tuesday for our normal show and our super spectacular trade deadline special. That's totally what I'm calling it.
Nice.
But we'll be here then, recapping any of the moves we either missed before the stream starts and taking a look and scrolling through Twitter for Jeff Passan and Ken Rosenthal tweets while we wait to see who gets moved at next week's trade deadline. So, Sai, it was fantastic having you back. I like Jack, but you're the homie. You're the real OG co-host. So
yes, sir.
Very happy to have you back.
Shout out Pork Tenderloins. Forgot to say that earlier. Shout out to the Pork Tenderloins.
The Peoria Pork Tenderloins. You love to see it.
Dang straight. It's a cool hat, guys. It's a cool hat.
1,000% agree.
Thank you. We'll be back next week. Per the usual.
Bye.
No.